2 आवर्स की नैप लेके फिर नाइट ड्यूटी दोबारा जाऊंगा।
हरे कृष्ण, हरे कृष्ण। थैंक यू सो मच अविनाश। आप प्रेशराइज ऑब्लिगेशन फील ना कीजिएगा, जैसे आपको आपकी स्वास्थ्य के हिसाब से, हेल्थ के हिसाब से कैटर हो। ठीक है, सो गुड टू हैव यू।
भैया ज्वाइन करूंगा तो कुछ रिफ्रेश हो जाएगा, नहीं तो फिर
जी,
अब धीरे धीरे
बिल्कुल।
धीरे धीरे चीज आउट आउट होके दोबारा से नीचे गिर जाता हूँ, इसलिए मैं सोचता हूँ जितना मैं अटेंड कर सकूँ उतना अटेंड कर लूँ।
इंडीड, इंडीड। थैंक यू सो मच। बहुत ही सही कहा आपने। And Hare Krishna. Well, welcome everyone. Hare Krishna. Kana is also here with us. Let's get started. We are sharing. And okay, so let's do the Mangala Charan and then we shall resume back. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So feel free. Anil Prabhuji is in here because Prabhuji is traveling. So hopefully next week. So feel free to join me in Mangala Charan if you feel so. ॐ अज्ञानातिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवै नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवं च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथवितं तं सजीवं साधुवैतं सवादूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखावितं च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्ते। ताप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी परमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। शिला प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरुदेव महाराज की जय। जय जय श्री राधे श्याम। Hare Krishna, everyone. I welcome everyone to our weekly sessions on Shri Ishopanishad. सभी भक्तों का स्वागत है. And let's have a very quick recap. So we started with the invocation mantra Om Purnamada Purnamidam. Krishna is Purn. We have emanated, emerged out of Krishna. So we are Purn as well. Sat Chitta Ananda. So whether we say personal or impersonal, Krishna is Satchitanand and we are Satchitanand. The only thing missing is we haven't realized it. जिस तरीके से भगवान के अगर हम डेफिनेशन देते हैं, भगवान सत्चितानंद है, हम भी सत्चितानंद है, सिर्फ फर्क इतना है कि हमने वो रियलाइजेशन अभी नहीं करी, जिसको हमारे ग्रंथ सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन कहते हैं और काफी लोग उसको मुक्ति भी कहते हैं। मुक्ति दो प्रकार की होती है, एक शरीर छोड़ने के बाद और एक इसी शरीर के साथ। इस शरीर छोड़ने के बाद जिसे मुक्ति हम कहते हैं वो जिसमें फिर मनुष्य जीवन दोबारा नहीं मिलता, और इस शरीर के साथ जो मुक्ति है वो ये कि अब हमें ये रियलाइज हो चुका है कि भगवान और हमारे बीच में संबंध क्या है, हमारे जीवन का पर्पस क्या है, और शरीर छोड़ने के बाद अब हमारी कभी कभी हम इस विशियस सर्कल के अंदर नहीं आएंगे, हमारा कभी भी भौतिक जन्म नहीं होगा. So then we moved on to Ishavasim principle and how it's good to live in Ishavasim principle. Ishavasim principle is that everything belongs to Krishna. We are just the servant, we are serving, just like a cashier in a big supermarket is collecting money on behalf of the owners of the shopping mall. So if we live in that, great. If you can't live in that, if the cashier will start thinking, oh, this money is me because I'm making all the hard work, I'm selling it, so I'm collecting it, I can use this money for my own personal use, then the disharmony will happen. जिस तरीके से एक शॉपिंग मॉल के अंदर एक कैशियर अगर ये सोचे ये सारी चीजें तो मैं बेच रहा हूँ या बेच रही हूँ, इसलिए जो पैसा मैं कलेक्ट कर रहा हूँ ये पैसा मुझे मिलना चाहिए, मेरे को अपने पर्सनल ग्रेटिफिकेशन के लिए यूज करना चाहिए, उससे बहुत प्रॉब्लम होगी क्योंकि उसका सिर्फ रोल इतना है कि वो वहां पे जो मकान, जो शॉप के मालिक हैं, जो भी ओनर हैं, उनके लिए काम कर रहे हैं. इसी प्रकार से हमको भगवान ने जन्म दिया है. ये शरीर और जो भी बुद्धि हमें मिली है, जो भी स्किल्स हमें मिले हैं, किस तरीके से हम भगवान की और भगवान के भक्तों की सेवा में लगाएं और किस तरीके से सेवा कर सकते हैं. पूरी भगवद गीता भगवान ने उस रूप में बताई है कि अलग अलग योगा है. कर्म योग कर सकते हैं, ध्यान योग कर सकते हैं, राज योग कर सकते हैं, ज्ञान योग कर सकते हैं, या फिर सबसे बेस्ट, जब अर्जुन पूछते हैं भगवान से कि कौन सा बेस्ट है, तो भगवान कहते हैं भक्ति सबसे बेस्ट है, क्योंकि जब हम भक्ति करते हैं तो ये सारी चीजें उसके अंदर इंक्लूड हो जाती हैं. अगर हम इस तरीके से जीवन बिता पाएं तो बहुत अच्छा है. अगर हम नहीं बिता पाएंगे तो हमारे जीवन में बहुत दिक्कत होगी, जो आजकल हम सबको होती है, जो कि कलयुग के अंदर सभी को दुख का सामना करना पड़ता है. सो मूविंग ऑन, देयर आर डिफरेंट थीम्स इन श्री ईशोपनिषद, 18 मंत्रास. So the next one is that we cannot understand Ishwar, the Lord, through material vision. We need the spiritual vision. How do we get spiritual vision? गुरु, साधु एंड शास्त्र. तो हमें ज्ञान के जो शास्त्र के चक्षु मिलते हैं जिससे हम भगवान को समझ पाएंगे, भगवान को देख पाएंगे, वो हमको गुरु, साधु और शास्त्र से मिलते हैं. तो हमें गुरु और साधु शास्त्र से हमेशा ही जुड़े रहना चाहिए, और वो जुड़ने को ही हम एसोसिएशन कहते हैं, जो कि स्पिरिचुअल जर्नी में अगर हम अल्फाबेट्स देखें ABCD, तो A फॉर एसोसिएशन. जो सबसे पहली चीज है, एक चीज जो भक्त को कभी नहीं छोड़नी चाहिए, वो एसोसिएशन है. Even if the fall down will happen, anything will happen, the only thing is that we should not go out of association. Whether we can chant or not chant, whether we have time or not time, association should always keep going. If you don't have the time in life, then we can always catch up during the books, maybe YouTube's later, maybe the darshan of the deities later. Whenever we have the time, we should always keep the association going. So we should never miss on it. Right and wrong vidya. So then we understand what Krishna is saying. What is the, because a lot of, so somebody said to me recently, according to me, this is true. But then I said, imagine there are billions people on the planet Earth, and everybody will keep saying, according to me. And we know, like we discussed this in Shri Upanishad initially, that Krishna says that we are defective. Like, for example, I got the glasses. Without glasses, I can't even see properly. How much faith I could have on my own senses. We see the mirage in the desert, and even though we go there, we won't find the water, but still, when we go far, we will still see the mirage. And this is what we could say the self-realization. तो जिस तरीके से हम समझ सकते हैं कि हम अपने सेंसेस के ऊपर अगर विश्वास करें तो बहुत मुश्किल है. हाँ, अगर गुरु, साधु और शास्त्र के हिसाब से भगवान ने जो भी हमें बुद्धि दी है उसको यूटिलाइज करके हम सही और गलत क्या है उसका विवेक डिसीजन मेकिंग. So do we need to do left or do we need to do the option on the right? What do we need to do? Where do we need to turn? That understanding from spiritual vision, and this will happen, this will help us in the material decisions as well. When we take the material decisions, it makes our life so simple and so easy. It's a, if the life is simple, then we don't have a lot of differences, not at all. So then right and wrong worship. If we have the understanding, then we know whom to worship. And worship is not only when we go in the altar and do the dhoop and aarti. Worship is, where do we put our faith? Do we put the faith in the sports, in the Hollywood, Bollywood stars? But black people say, oh, he or she is my, I think a lot I've heard, oh, he's my Bhagwan. And may, referring especially to the sports. And this happens everywhere, like in India for cricket, in Asia for cricket, and in Europe for football. It happens. The similar feelings are there for the people. So that's wrong upasana, that because we are there for the material, and we have seen a lot of times when these so-called self-made god, not that they want to be called god, but their followers will consider them as god. But when they are not performing well, because of course they won't able to perform well for long, because it's a physical, and who could keep the physical for that long? After a while, the body will go down and your performance will go down, and then the same fans they become critique. तो हमें समझना चाहिए कि हाँ, ये अंडरस्टैंडिंग से हमें पता लगेगा कि हमें कौन सी उपासना करनी चाहिए, और उपासना करने के बाद हम भगवान से प्रेयर्स करते हैं. सो मंत्र 15 के अंदर हमने भगवान से प्रेयर्स शुरू करी. एंड वेरी क्विकली अगर हम देखें हम कहाँ तक पहुंचे थे, हमने कहा था कि भगवान की जो ब्रह्म ज्योति है उससे, वो स्पिरिचुअल है, लेकिन उससे जो डिवोटीज हैं उनकी आंखें ऐसे चुंधिया सी जाती हैं कि वो देख नहीं पाते आगे क्या है. और वो उसके आगे जो सोर्स है ब्रह्म ज्योति का, वो भगवान उन तक पहुंचना चाहते हैं. तो जो पहली प्रेयर भक्त कर रहे हैं श्री ईशोपनिषद में मंत्र 15 में, वो यही कि भगवान आप सबका पोषण करते हो, आप प्लीज मेरी भी हेल्प करो. ये जो ब्रह्म ज्योति है, इससे परे जो आपका फेस है, मैं वो देखना चाहता हूँ. तो इससे ये पता लगता है कि हाउ द होल आइडिया इज ऑफ moving from impersonal to personal. And again, I will make a point that impersonal is also spiritual. But for devotees, that's not the ultimate aim. But for a lot, they will consider that as ultimate, and that is a spiritual, because jar, vyadhi, jara, mrityu. None of those will happen there. So it's a spiritual, it's eternal. Those diseases will not happen, and people will keep themselves very happy there. So mantra 15 and 16, taking beyond the white light to the supreme person. And then we will see 17, 18, take me through all the obstacles. So that's one very first obstacle. And I remember I went to a wedding, not in India, but my friend was in UK. We went, he did a destination wedding. So we went somewhere out in a different country. And he's a spiritual, his mom is a spiritual, and because he knows I'm a spiritual, so we arranged somebody to come from Vrindavan. And this lady came, and she did Bhagavatam sessions during the 7 days of wedding. And we enjoyed it. But off the sessions, off the records, I spoke to her. And I said, so again, we were discussing Bhagavatam. And at one point, because the kind of discussions we were heading towards, we came to Shri Shopnisha. And this is going back like 2019, I think, 20 January 2020, January 2020, just before COVID. And I asked the question from her that imagine she lives in Vrindavan. She's what we call Bridge Basi. She's the one who delivers globally uh, the sessions from Bhagavatam. And when I asked her, so what do you say about Krishna? And very, very direct question, that do you think that there is Krishna somewhere? And her very honest reply was that no, there isn't. Krishna is just a form, like an incarnation. and it's what we call Nirakar. Bhagwan to Nirakar hai. And that at that point I thought that how in Shri Ishopanishad here, this has considered as one of the obstacles that even though, as I said, she was very pious, she's doing a great service for the humanity, but this obstacle is always there. And probably that's why in Shri Ishopanishad, the last four verses is with prayers to Krishna, prayer to the Lord. And the very first prayer is, so all other prayers are put together. Then take me through all the obstacles, what they are. They could be 100, they could be millions, they could be billions. If we say each one got a unique problem due for a spiritual journey, then everyone got it. So there are billion of problems, but they all put together in one that take me through all the obstacles. But this problem, the prayer has been made explicitly for that, that I would like to go beyond your impersonal. Because a lot of spiritual seekers, I'm looking for a correct word, either we say they get stuck in impersonal, or maybe they are good enough reaching to impersonal. So there are two things. One could be that I'm stuck somewhere. I want to go beyond it, but I can't. And the second circumstances could be I'm happy because it's a spiritual. Because impersonal Brahman is also spiritual. I'm not going to get another birth. I'm not going to die. I'm not going to get old. I'm not going to get any disease there. There isn't any pain there. So a lot of people will say that I would like to achieve impersonal Brahman because it's a spiritual. All the pain will go away. But what devotees want, what devotees desire, and here in this verse, what devotees praying to the Lord is not to take away the pain, but to give the pleasure of being with you. And that is the major difference. तो अगर हम देखें भौतिक संसार में हम अपने दुख दर्द को हटाने के लिए बात करेंगे या सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन के लिए बात करेंगे, लेकिन जो भक्त हैं वो भगवान से ये नहीं कह रहे। भक्त एक्चुअली में ऐसा कभी नहीं कहते कि मेरा दुख ले लीजिए आप, क्योंकि उन्हें मालूम है कि दुख कर्मों की वजह से ही आता है, और वो मेरे कर्म है, अगर अभी नहीं खटेंगे तो कभी ना कभी वो मेरे को देंगे ही देंगे रिजल्ट। तो कभी भक्त भगवान से ये नहीं कहता कि मेरे दुखों को ले लो। भगवान भक्त से ये कहते हैं कि मुझे इतना साहस दो कि मैं ये मेरे ही जो पूरे दुख, मेरे ही बुरे कर्मों का जो फल मुझे मिल रहा है दुख के रूप में, उसको मैं बियर कर सकूं, और उसके बाद उसे बियर करते करते मैं एसोसिएशन बनाए रखूं, उसके बाद प्रभु मैं अपनी भक्ति में आगे बढ़ सकूं, ताकि एक दिन मैं टेक मी बियॉन्ड द वाइट लाइट टू द सुप्रीम। सो मैं उसके बियॉन्ड जाके आपके साथ में, भक्तों के साथ में आपकी सेवा कर सकूं, आपके साथ में रह सकूं। So that's the major difference between, and like it says, of course, there's material and this is spiritual, but it's not one of those things which happens overnight. It's not black and white, it's shades of grace. So that's why it says, Kanishta, what we call neophyte, somebody is very new, Madhyam Adhikari, somewhere in the middle, and then Uttam Adhikari, where the person is enlightened, where the person is transcendent all three modes of nature. And that's where Krishna has said it. Once we have reached to that, we never come back. And that's the whole idea. For all the spiritual seeker, that should be the idea, that I would like to reach to that point where Krishna, I will not fall ever. So that's what we've been discussing. And we have discussed Sankhya, and then Jnana, Yoga, and Bhakti. We will see this again very soon. And we have seen verses. We have spent some good time on 9 limbs of Bhakti. And this is there on previous sessions. And I think this is very important for us because we all are practicing. We call sadhakas. हम सभी साधक हैं भक्ति के अंदर, हम भक्ति साधने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं, इसलिए हम साधक कहलाए जाते हैं। और प्रैक्टिसिंग डिवोटी अगर हम इंग्लिश में ट्रांसलेट करें तो, जैसे एक डॉक्टर हैं वो प्रैक्टिस कर रहे होते हैं, क्योंकि अलग अलग पेशेंट्स के ऊपर अलग अलग चीजें ट्राई करनी होती हैं। एक वकील, a solicitor is also a practice. Why? Because the new laws keep coming. So the person keep practicing what the person is and keep updating. The devotee is the same, because the devotee will never able to say that I've reached to the top of my bhakti and that's it. No. Like what Krishna said, that I don't need to, but I don't need to do any karma, but if I will not, people will take that as wrong example. So I will lead by an example. Hence, I will also engage myself in actions when I take the human form. This is what Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita and later in Bhagavatam as well. And like what we have seen this verse, a beautiful verse from Prahlad Maharaj when he was only 5, 6 years old in Bhagavatam. Shri Prahlad Vacha, Sharanam Kirtanam Vishnu, Smaranam Padasevanam, Archanam Vandanam Nasyam, Sakyam Atmanivedanam. 7:523, Shrimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 5, Shlok 23rd. हम कैंटो को बोलते हैं स्कंद, स्कंद 7, अध्याय 5, श्लोक नंबर 23। एक वर्ष जिसके अंदर भगवान की भक्ति के अंदर जो 9 मुख्य लिम्स होते हैं, जो उसके अंग होते हैं, जरूरी नहीं है कि हम सीक्वेंस में करें। और ऐसा नहीं है कि जैसे सीढ़ियों के ऊपर हम चलते हैं, फर्स्ट स्टेप, सेकंड स्टेप, थर्ड स्टेप, फोर्थ, कि हम 4 पे हैं तो अब हम 1 के ऊपर नहीं होंगे। तो यहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं है कि अगर आप 5th लिम्ब कर रहे हो तो आप फर्स्ट नहीं कर सकते। माइंडेड लिम्स हैं, स्टेप्स नहीं है। तो जैसे हम अष्टांग योग के अंदर कहते हैं, तो अत्याहारा, प्रयास, अगर हम ध्यान और समाधि तक पहुंच गए हैं अंत में, तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि हम शुरू के लिम्स छोड़ दें। अष्टांग लिम्ब है, हमें सभी इकट्ठे करने होते हैं अगर हम कर पाए, अदरवाइज स्लोली ग्रेजुअली हम एक एक को साधें, अगेन प्रैक्टिसिंग। सो दिस इज what we have seen in the past, and this is one of the poster, I think I might have shared this in YouTube, worth having this printed and put it somewhere on the wall, and it will keep reminding us how we can engage ourselves in the devotees, association and service of devotees. We did say that how often people pray. So a survey happened, and according to the survey, people said it that what percentage of people think that they were prayers were answered, but these prayers were not spiritual, because the in the survey, the not all the people were spiritual people. They were all walks of lives. So most of the prayers people do, they are material prayers, and of course Krishna did say in Bhagavad Gita that even if you pray to the demigods, I give them the power to answer your prayers. Unlike Krishna says, Yanti Deva Vrtayanti, Pityayanti Pitvita. If you will pray to demigod, you will go to their place. If you will pray to the ancestors, you will go to their place. If you will pray to Bhuta, then you will go to their place, like black magic and all. But if you will pray to me, you will come to my dham. And then following verse says, if you will come to my dham, then patan, you will never fall down. तो भगवान यही कहते हैं कि किस तरीके से हम किसकी भी प्रेयर करेंगे, भगवान ही देवी देवताओं को शक्ति देते हैं कि वो हमारी वो प्रार्थनाओं को पूरा कर सके। लेकिन इसके बाद ये उस सर्वे को एक दूसरे रूप में अगर हम देखें, तो यहाँ पे ये बताया गया है कि कैसे अगर प्रे लोगों ने करी तो क्या प्रे करी। लास्ट स्लाइड के अंदर था कि किस तरीके की प्रेयर्स करते हैं लोग, सॉरी, कितने परसेंटेज वो समझते हैं, सोचते हैं, उन्हें लगता है कि उनकी प्रेयर्स आंसर हो गई, यहाँ पे कि एक्चुअल में प्रे करते क्या हैं लोग। एंड अगर आप देखें इसके अंदर ऐसी ऐसी प्रेयर्स हैं कि अब सबसे नीचे अगर आप देखें तो वहां पे लिखा है कि कौन सी रिसर्च ये हुई थी, और लाइफ वे कंपनी जिन्होंने करी रिसर्च प्रेयर्स के ऊपर। पर अगर हम सबसे नीचे देखें, 4% समवन एल्स टू फेल, मतलब हम अपनी लाइफ के अंदर से इतना अच्छा समय निकाल के भगवान के पास जाते हैं, और हम प्रे कर रहे हैं अपने स्पिरिचुअल ग्रोथ के अंदर जो ऑब्स्टिकल्स आ रही हैं, जो मंत्र 17 18 है, उसके बारे में नहीं, लेकिन कुछ लोग इस चीज के लिए प्रे कर रहे हैं कि भगवान जो बाकी लोग कोई हैं जिस भी मटेरियल होपफुली, वो लोग सक्सेस ना हो, वो फेल हो जाए। इमेजिन, इससे पता लगता है कि हमारी कॉन्शियसनेस कितनी खराब है, हमारा चित्त, कि भगवान के साथ में हमें जो मौका मिला समय बिताने का, उसके अंदर हम अपनी रुकावटों को हटाने की जगह दूसरे किसी की जो अभ्यास है उसके अंदर रुकावट आ जाए उसके लिए कह रहे हैं। तो इसी से पता लगता है कि जो लोग हैं वो मटेरियल हैं, क्योंकि भक्त कभी ऐसे नहीं कर सकता। अगर ऐसे करता है तो फिर वो भक्त कहलाने लायक नहीं, तो हम कह नहीं सकते। तो ये स्टेटमेंट कि भक्त ऐसा नहीं कर सकता वो ट्रू है, क्योंकि अगर वो करता है तो फिर वो भक्ति नहीं है। Finding a good parking slot, amazing, 7%. And 7% is such a huge number. And मैं पर्सनली अपना एग्जांपल दे सकता हूँ कि बहुत साल पहले की बात है, बच्चे जब बहुत छोटे थे, एंड हम फॉर सम रीजन, हम ऐसे कभी नहीं जाते शॉपिंग पे, पर नॉट श्योर किस वजह से मिसेस ने कहा कि कुछ तो पिक करना है। आई थिंक आई थिंक हम शेफिल्ड में रहते थे और वहाँ पे एक मेडो हॉल है, आई थिंक वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट शॉपिंग मॉल। इतना बड़ा शॉपिंग मॉल कि उनका रेलवे स्टेशन अपना है, उनका बस स्टेशन अपना है, और उनके आसपास कुछ नहीं है, वो शॉपिंग मॉल ही है। वो शॉपिंग मॉल के से जाके हमें कुछ पिक करना था, एंड आइदर वो क्रिसमस डे था और वो बॉक्सिंग डे था, 25th 26th December. I didn't realize the place was very close to our, like 10 minutes drive. It was not far. I remember when we went there, just for the parking, just for looking for the parking, we were waiting more than an hour. Now, I don't remember, in all honesty, that did I pray to Krishna that Krishna, please get me the parking. I don't remember. But what do I remember? That when I got the parking, and then my wife said that it will only take 5 minutes. I'm just going to go and return it. And I said, no, take your time now, because it took more than 1 hour. Imagine if you will just leave in 5 minutes. We don't want to leave in 5 minutes. So this is what I do remember, that I said, please spend some time there. I don't know, did we spend time? Oh, no, definitely we didn't go back in 5 minutes. But I don't think I requested or prayed to Krishna to find a parking. But from this story, what I can understand, that why people will ask for such a thing. I think it's that desperate need when people have. For example, winning the lottery is even higher. 21% will ask. And I don't know about India, but I know UK, all over everywhere, even in the normal grocery shops, if you go, they have the lottery booth there, and they always flash massive numbers. I know, millions of them. And this weekend, they are going to give away so many millions. Do do we need to get attractive? I must say, well, winning millions is a big number. Now, I actually bought, even though it's not allowed, but I have bought lottery ticket once. But that was not for me. That was for a friend of mine who was working at the point, or during the weekend, I think, and he requested me that I'm working, I can't go. Could you please buy this ticket for me? And I bought the ticket. And but when I bought it, and probably that was the only time, I think that has always been only one time I've bought it. But I learned from it. Oh, later on, of course, I met my friend. I gave away the ticket to him. What I realized, he said these are the same numbers he buy ticket, and he has been doing that for like 15, 20 years. So 15, 20 years, same, like I think 5 or 6 numbers, the same numbers he go every week. He buys sometimes £1, sometimes £2 for the ticket. We Then I asked, did you win ever? And he said, yeah, sometimes I won like £15, sometimes £100. Apparently, I think when you get two numbers, three numbers, you still win something. But then he did say I think he won like £1,000 as well at some point. Oh, at that point, so of course he on my face he could see that really £10 just to win £10 you have invested, you spend like £4 every month to win £10. And then he said, well, no, it's worth, I got like £1,000 once. I said, once £1,000. Okay. At that point, I still remember I was a student. I said, okay, I had my calculator with me, even though we could have done it on face, but I wanted to show him the number. We did the calculations there. And when we did the calculations, trust me, I did it like, okay, you've been doing that much for that many weeks, months, and all years. First of all, I was surprised to see the number. When I showed it to him, he was surprised. And I think the number was crazy. I don't remember, but that number was like £50,000 and all. He was shocked. He was shocked. Of course, I was shocked as well. But it wasn't my money, it was his money. So he was heavily shocked. And but mind it, he was shocked at that moment. I think he's still doing it. And this is roughly 18 years back. I think he's still, like last time and a few years back, I spoke to him, he was still doing it. And he's still doing it. What he does pray at the front of me. He does pray to Krishna, that, oh Krishna. And I'm saying Krishna, but he prays, he's from different religion, but to the Lord, to the God, that only once. I remember, I remember him saying, only once, Krishna, only once. I just need to win once, of course, because when double figure millions will come, like 40 million jackpot this time, they all say. Now, this is the moment to realize that how important the spirituality is in our life. And if we will get spiritual, these things, these extra anxiety. See, we all need to work. If you are not working, if you are house wife, we are at home, so much pressure. And I don't think anybody could justify where the pressure is, whether the person goes to the office, especially those moms, and my head bows down to those mothers who work and take care of the house as well. Either ways, whichever way it is, there's so much anxiety anyways, which we cannot get rid of, because we will go to the office, the deadlines, the pressure people will put together. We are at home, we got teenager sons and daughters, they will roam around here and there. We can't help, but where we can help is to avoid these unnecessary. And these things are in our hands. So when people say we don't have a choice, well, we do have a choice. Maybe we don't have a choice of 100%, but we do have a choice, even if it's 10%. At least make the improvement there. First in our life and then the lives of those who are around us. So this is a slide, and this is a presentation from Chaitanya Charan Prabhuji. And I think what we could learn, of course, we could go and like the football, your favorite team to win. How many times we have seen this? So in this slide, there are lots and lots of references given. So when it says CC, this is Chaitanya Charitamrita. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhuji and his Charitamrita, which is like his life biography, in a granth called Chaitanya Charitamrita, in short, CC, like Bhagavad Gita, BG, Srimad Bhagavatam, SP, Chaitanya Charitamrita, CC, and then there are three different sections there. Adi, which is the beginning, Madhya, which is the middle, and then Anta. So Adi, Madhya, Anta. And then each section has a lot of chapters in it. That's how CC. And all of them, they gives the reference. For example, such a remembrance destroys all difficulties and very easily enables one to fulfill his own desires. Now, what does it say? It says, so I remember discussing with someone, referring to one of the verses, Kalo Nasto, Kalo Nasto. In the Kali, there isn't any other way. There's only one way, Nama Rupa, Nama Rupa. But take the name of the Lord. Nothing else is more auspicious than that. And the person says something like, will this material, like promotion? He said, will I get promotion? if I will take the name of the Lord? And I said, well, if you deserves it, yes, it will happen. And then he said, well, if I deserve, if I deserves it, then even if I won't take the name of the Lord, it might still happen. Then I just asked the question. I said, well, I think you're right. But then tell me this, in your working life, have you seen someone who deserved but didn't get it? And he said, yeah, of course. I think we all have seen such people. And sometimes we think for ourselves as well. Oh, I gave that interview. That went brilliant. I deserve it. But still, I didn't get it. I said, what do you say then? And I said, well, that's luck. I said, that's it. If you transform that luck, of course, one side of the luck is that we got the either, of course, it's like good luck or bad luck, right? Good luck when things happen, what we wanted. Bad luck, well, we think bad luck because what we wanted didn't happen. Right? In both scenarios, devotees understand that it is only, so of course, especially for the bad luck, we say is the reaction, the fruits of our bad karma, right? And good, it's just the mercy of the Lord, because there are a lot and lot of competent people there who could, but only we got the chance. And maybe it's the fruit of our pious previous births, pious good karmas, which get manifested now. But Krishna approved it to have that now rather than later. So what happens when we take such a remembrance? What kind of remembrance we are saying? Such a remembrance that taking the name of the Lord subdues the material anxiety. That's why devotees are so, so happy all over the place. So all these references refer to the same thing, why we should do it, and what devotees would like to. So what Srila Prabhupada ji said, and what any guru will say. So a lot of people used to come to Srila Prabhupada ji and said, of course, when he went to Western world, oh, you are one of those Swami who came from East. And he said, well, I don't know about others. But so he said, well, are you saying they are fake and you are true? Because being journalists, they always look for the conflicts. And he said, no, I can't say about others, but what I can say that anyone who is not motivating and inspire his disciples, like those who follow him, towards Krishna, towards the Lord, is a fake guru. So very simple definition he gave it then and there. Anyone who will take you, any instruction your guru will give it to you, and that instruction, if that instruction takes one closer to the Lord, then that means that guru is a real guru. If that guru is giving an instruction which is not taking you closer to Krishna, then we got to see something is wrong. Something is definitely wrong. And this is the mood where devotees always like to serve Krishna. Krishna will, and this happened a lot of time in, we have seen with a lot of sages, saints, in the Shastras as well. Dhruv Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, when Krishna came, the Lord said, well, serve here, enjoy materially. 33,000 years to Dhruv Maharaj. Dhruv Maharaj said, sorry, I know I did ask for a palace, a kingdom bigger than my father. His father was the best one then, Uttanpad. He said, no, 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 I know I asked for it, but I don't want it now. Krishna said, no, you stay, you enjoy, because while you are the king, you will make others devotees. But what devotees want, devotees just want to think of Krishna. Amrish Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Bali Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, they all were great, massive, full of opulence. But what all of them considered as great devotees. Why? It's a proper mood. When we serve others, how do we do it? I think it happened between Tulsidas and Tulsidas and Surdas ji, or Tulsidas or Tan Singh ji. I think conversation happened. I forgot the name of, I will say, devotees. That beautiful one of them, and they both were poet, or the I think the language was very poetic anyways. Now, one of the devotees used to, whenever used to donate, always used to close eyes. And and this got famous that, don't know why, but whenever he donates, and he used to donate regular basis, whenever he donates, he closes his eyes. And then somebody wrote to him that they're like two beautiful poetry. I will see if I can find that. And but basically the essence was that, oh, look at you, what's the reason, why do you do that, kind of thing. And then his reply was also poetic. In two sentences he said that, when I donate, people think I'm donating, but why I close my eyes, because I know who gives me the strength, the power, the skills, the money, the food, whatever I have to share with others. I know. And when I close my eyes, I do bow down to that person. And like Bhagavad Gita says, when we share what we have, it's not a charity, it's not a help to others, it's a rin. It's a loan we have on the society. And in Vedic culture, there is a mention of five, well, there are four, somewhere five, and the maximum I've seen and heard is six rin, loans we have. Like we have a rin from parents, we have one from the society, one from the teacher, one from the religion, one from the tradition and the family we are born in. That because they have, like it says in the modern world, we say it takes the whole village to grow a child. So, and in Vedic culture, we say that when the child is born, everyone in the society helps him to grow. So when he grows up, it's his duty. It's his duty. Not that he will go back and he will help in that temple in the village, or he will help some old person in that village, or maybe he will put the well in that village. It's his duty, because it's his responsibility, because that temple, those people, they helped him to grow. So you donate, but when you donate, you're full of gratitude. Not that this is the way, such a beautiful way. हमारी जो ईगो है, वो ईगो फॉल्स ईगो की तरह की, मैंने दान किया, राइट, वो फॉल्स ईगो की जगह ट्रू ईगो में चेंज हो जाती है कि हे भगवान, आपने मुझे इतना दिया कि मैं दूसरों के साथ में शेयर कर पाऊं, ये मेरा ऋण है, ये मेरे ऊपर ऋण है। भगवत गीता के अंदर भगवान जब अर्जुन को समझाते हैं कि अर्जुन, इट्स योर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, you should not, because Arjun said that, oh well, with whom I will enjoy. Well, you know, you're not here to fight, to win, to enjoy, right? You're here because it's your duty. जिस समाज में आप पैदा हुए हो, आप क्षत्रिय हो, और आपके ऊपर ये समाज का ऋण है कि आपकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि आपको ये चीज हटानी है यहाँ से। हम सोचें, आजकल बहुत एंटरप्रेनर्स हैं, बहुत सारे सोशल एंटरप्रेनर्स हैं। जो सोशल एंटरप्रेनर्स हैं, अगर आप उनको सुने, उनको रीड करें, उनके अंदर भी वो सेंस ऑफ ग्रेटिट्यूड निकल के आता है कि अगर हमें एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप में ही जाना है, अगर हमको इतनी समझ है कि हम कुछ नया निकाल सकते हैं, तो हम सोशल कॉज को किस तरीके से सही करेंगे, उसके लिए काम करेंगे। या जितने बहुत सारे कर्म योगी वॉलंटियर बेसिस पे काम करते हैं, वो सब बहुत सारे, कौन से फॉर ऑल ऑफ देम, but this is a letter to Brahmanand. Brahmanand ji was a great direct disciple of Srila Prabhupada ji, and the whole story is here, which in one sense we have seen that Krishna will reciprocate how we would like Krishna to be. Of course, if we will ask parents for iPhone, parents will give iPhone, maybe. If we will ask, if we will not ask, then they will give what they think is the best for us. And hopefully that will be better than iPhone, right? So that's why we should always trust others, that they give what we deserve rather than what we ask. So this is the overview of the whole purport. We will see this overview probably next week now, because we are going to start the... So we have covered all of them. Right, we will start from here. next week we will go into the detail. This is something which we have done it in the past when we did the Golok chart, पर हम इसको दोबारा डिस्कस करेंगे कि मनुष्य जीवन के अंदर हम भगवान की मार्जिनल, अगर हम बीच में बिल्कुल देखें जीवा सोल, हम मनुष्य कहाँ पर आते हैं, क्योंकि जो भगवत गीता है वो पुरुष और प्रकृति के बारे में बताती है। पुरुष भगवान है, प्रकृति मटेरियल वर्ल्ड, और हम बीच में जीव हैं जो भगवान की तरफ जाना चाहते हैं पर ये मटेरियल वर्ल्ड में फंसे हैं। तो हमें अपनी पोजीशन कैसे समझ में आएगी, उसके लिए ये बहुत प्यारा चार्ट है जो एक डिवोटी ने असेंबल किया है, कंपोज किया है। तो हम इसको नेक्स्ट वीक डिस्कस करेंगे, और हम यहीं से डिस्कस करेंगे बिकॉज आई गेस सारे डिवोटीज regular है। Anil Prabhuji hopefully will join soon. Sorry, just one thing to mention कि I won't able to serve next week because next week we are away for a wedding of a great devotee, and looking forward for the association. Well, thank you so much. We will I will send a message there, but next week won't able to do, which is 30th of August, I guess, but we will start from the first week of September. But by then, if you get the chance, Shri Nishopanishad Mantra 15, it's a lot of details given, so please go along with that. And thank you so much for your association today, and I look for your association in a couple of weeks' time. With that, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gurudev Maharaj ki jai, jai 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 Shri Radhe Shri. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Then we pronounce it. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.